Of all these witnesses who came forward to talk to police, one stood out as doing the most damage to Nick, and that was his friend, Kristen Steinhoff.
So you're in an unfamiliar car looking for somebody you don't know, correct? I know what she looks like. I've seen her like once or twice.
The night that Leah went missing, Nick claims that he went to see his friend Kristen around midnight.
She told me, you know, if you can't find her, come over later and I'll help you find her.
Kristen Steinhoff was critical in this case. Think about this. Right after Leah goes missing, that's who he's with. That is critical to where we want to go in this case.
Back in 2000, Kristen gave police information about Nick that seemed greatly contrary to everything he had told police about his relationship with Leah, that he was loving and concerned.
We smoke dope and everything else. Crackheads. I don't know, tweakers. You can't really tell the time. Where did you, can I ask where you smoked your meth at with the meth?
He just tried to kiss me.
Grab a hold of you, or?
He tried to have sex with me, and then I told him he had to stop.
Kristen was very valuable to this investigation, very valuable to us. Do we ever get a complete, or she opened up to us? I don't think we did. But we got enough that brought discredit to what Nick was saying.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. When I got there, you know, one thing led to another. Her and I started kissing. It's not a proud moment, definitely not a proud moment, but we stopped. Kristen and I never had sex. I didn't do drugs that night that she claimed that I did. I didn't do any meth that night. I did smoke marijuana. I mean, there's no sensational thing like they portrayed. I was an 18-year-old kid.
It's very damaging, because if he loves Leah so much, what is he doing messing around when Leah's missing? It definitely hurt things.
This is what Nick did. This is the time frame that he does it.
Even more suspicion turned Nick's way.
It really is a sink.
When police speculated to ABC that Leah might have been pregnant at the time that she went missing, that could have been a motive to pin on Nick.
She was 15, he was 18, and if she was pregnant, then he could get in trouble for statutory rape.
That was one of the investigators that made that comment. You gotta remember, we looked at every angle that humanly possible on this case. Was there a motive? What could the motive be? That was his thought, but it was never proven. By the road here.
The misstatements that they said on that original 2020 episode, I have a lot of frustrations with it. You know, Leah wasn't pregnant. It wouldn't have mattered if she was. To say that on TV, it's frustrating.
We're not Hollywood, we're real.
The room temp?
What struck me even during the investigation was that there was no real physical hard evidence against Nick, that he was involved at all. Nick was the #1 person we wanted to talk to. We asked and asked, but he refused every time. So finally, I just walked up to him when he was parked on the street.
I just want to ask you about how it's been. About how it's been. That's all I want to ask you about. Has it been difficult?
How do you think it's been?
I don't know. I mean, you know, I know you've been in a scrutiny.
It's ironic, that's the saying, hindsight's 2020, but I don't think talking to 2020 back then would have helped. They came there with law enforcement initially.
With the 10th anniversary of Leah Freeman's disappearance and death just days away, authorities here in Coquille say they're now closer than ever to bringing justice to this case.
I decided to take it to the grand jury. They called over 110 witnesses. And after presenting all this evidence, they came back and said, we think Nick did it. We think he ought to be charged.
It was August 23rd, 2010. It was a normal day at work. I remember I was doing a banquet and I had forgotten a recipe at my house. So I ran home real quick. I had to go get the recipe.
We had an arrest team in place.
You have Team 5 and Team 3 and Team 8 on the west side, right, which is past the driveway.
Right. The team went out.
Noticed I was being followed as usual.
We were in contact with the helicopter.
We already had surveillance on Nick.
I was going to check the mail.
The team needs to know we got the indictment.
When I pulled up to my mailbox, cars everywhere. Came from everywhere. Camera crews came from everywhere. I don't remember much. I just remember them just up front in my face.
Separate your feet, Colin. Separate your feet. Separate your feet.
They took him down, made the arrest.
What do you think this is all about?
Well, obviously they said it's for the murder of Leah Freeman.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it. Love of my life, man.
Why do they think you did it?
Because they have nothing else to go on, and I'm the boyfriend.
Just wait there. All right.
When I got arrested, it felt like a nightmare that I was trying to wake up from, but I never woke up from it.
When I talked to Leah's mom and told her that we had arrested Nick for this crime, almost a decade later, she cried. She was emotionally upset. I think there was relief. There was some closure.
District Attorney Paul Frazier and Coquille's chief of police broke the news to Leah Freeman's mother that police had arrested Nicholas McGuffin for the girl's murder.
When I saw Nick on TV when he was arrested, it made me sick because it just wasn't Nick. Like everything was drained from him.
Oh, I'm not a flight risk, and I'm a family man, and I work hard.
And nobody would believe what we were saying.
I mean, I was scared. I was nervous. I was worried. I mean, I was facing life in prison. Life in prison for a crime he didn't commit.
So finally, after 10 years, Nick McGuffin has been charged, and there's about to be a trial, at the end of which comes a verdict that will shock everyone in the courtroom.
But what we don't see coming is this sort of guardian angel who takes up his cause. And by the time she's finished, everything you thought you knew about this case is thrown into question.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.